vids, 090 back here with another review today. And this is my review on the game that just finished right now between the Raiders and the Knights. And I'll tell you what, the Knights get the win, 24 points to 16 over the Raiders. And I'll tell you what, this is one of the most embarrassing performances by the Raiders I've ever seen, to be honest. I've seen some worse Canberra performances in the past, but this has to go as one of them because they led 16-0 at halftime, Canberra. Yep, they led 16-0 at halftime, and they choke and they lose to Knights 24 points to 16. How bloody embarrassing is that? So, at the start, Canberra, they started well. They looked strong. For the first 20 minutes, it was more of a back and forth sort of game. Knights made errors, Raiders made errors. It was a very messy game at the start. Josh Papali had a fair game for Canberra. That's the only player I think had a good game for Raiders, and that's Josh Papali, and maybe even George Williams, but the rest were absolute dog shit in my opinion. I might sound harsh, but it's the truth. The Raiders are not turning up. They're in a complete hole. They're absolute shit at the moment, Canberra. They're really concerning at me at the moment, Canberra, in my opinion. They just look like they don't even want to play footy from what it looks like by the body language of most of their players. And anyway, Canberra started pretty well. They were scoring tries and after tries around the end of the half. First 20 minutes to 25 minutes was really boring, but then around the end of the half, with about 10 to 5 minutes left of the first half, Canberra scored tries, back-to-back tries, and 16-0 half-time. And everyone was going, oh, well, Canberra should go on with the job here. Knights don't look like they're going to win today. They look pretty average, Knights, and whilst Canberra are on fire now, and they should continue this momentum in the second half. But the thing is, I think this is one of the things that changed the whole game. So when the Knights, obviously got a little bit of a spray from Adam O'Brien at half-time, to start the second half, it was a very unexpected play, and I think it worked really well for Newcastle. The Knights were kicking off in the second half, and Callum Ponga, instead of doing one of those long kicks, how every time that when the game starts or when it's the second half, they always kick off, and it's usually a long kick. Well, in this case, it wasn't. It was a very short kick by Callum Ponga. It was like a little soccer kick on the floor, like a little grabber kick on the floor, and it went over 20 metres, I'm pretty sure. And Knights got the ball off a short kick off to start the second half, and that's where the game kind of changed, I reckon, because Knights had the ball. They scored a try straight away with 4 minutes in the second half after that great little short kick off from Callum Ponga, and it was good. It was really good. I think it was Phoenix Crosslander scored. Connor Watson did a nice short pass to Phoenix Crosslander, the young Newcastle Knights halfback, and he scored his first try in the NRL. Then a couple of minutes later, I think about 15 or 20 minutes later, the Knights scored again, and it was through Callum Ponga, just some great strength and great footwork from Ponga. And then it was 16-12, and I think I was like, right, the Knights are coming back here. Raiders have to hold on. The Raiders, they have just sunken so badly here, and they've really bound out. They've really rocketed themselves out of the game. They've been really, been very disinterested this second half of Raiders. I think and look, I was I'll speak about it later anyway, but it was 16-12, and Knights were coming back, and Raiders were definitely, not looking great at all. And then, with about 10 or 12 minutes left of the match, I'm pretty sure, Knights scored a try, and I think it was, who was it again? I think it was, damn it, who was it? I think it was Jayden Brayley who scored the try. It was 16 all, and then Callum Ponga gets the kick and becomes 18 points to 16, and Knights hit the lead, and I was like, fucking me dead. Knights, they've come out of nowhere. They've come out of their grave. And then I was just like, Canberra, they've looked absolutely so bad. The Raiders, they've just there's some clear problems at Canberra. They don't know how to play for a full 80 minutes, because against Cowboys, I was like when it was 18-6 Newcastle or 16, I was like, the Raiders are now playing like how they did against the Cowboys. They're leading 24-12 at half time, and then they just lose 26-24 against Cowboys. And this was the same situation with the Raiders against the Knights this game. And to seal the deal with about 5 minutes left, the Knights scored to seal the game, and it was through Tyson Frizzell, who gets over to score the match-winning try, and obviously Callum Ponga slots the goal, making 24-16, so it was leading by 8 points then, Knights. And Knights get the win, and I couldn't believe it, because I tipped Canberra to win. I tipped Canberra to win 24 points to 16 myself, and then flip it around, it was actually Knights who won 24 points to 16. So Canberra, I just want to say to Canberra, thanks for fucking up my tip, you green cunts. I'm sorry, but I like Canberra. I don't have anything against Canberra, but far out there, they have become contenders to pretenders. Canberra, they're from contenders to pretenders. That's the clear message for Canberra right there, and the clear observation there about Canberra. Contenders to pretenders this year. Honestly, they're embarrassing Canberra. They need to get their act together really soon. I mean, their players are just. I mean, some of their star players like not Joe Tarpany, but some of their players like Tom Starling had a very average game. His defense was terrible today. Tom Starling. Jordan Rapana was okay, but he could not hold the ball. Curtis Scott was very average again on that right hand side, but he wasn't as bad as what he was in past previous games. Jack Wine did nothing again. Jack Wine's had a very average start to the year, and that still goes on to round 9. He's been very bad, Jack Wine. George Williams actually stood up today in terms of kicking, so I'd like to give a bit of credit to George Williams. Josh Papali definitely turned around after being rested by Ricky Stewart last week. He was really good, Josh Papali, through plenty of offloads and was making line breaks, was making a lot of tackle busts, was even kicking in the last tackle as well. If only the rest of the Raiders team would like Josh Papali today, they would have been better. But anyway, Knights get the win. Congratulations to the Knights. They've won without Mitchell Pearce. They've they've had a bit of injuries themselves, and they do get the win today, 24 points to 16. So good on Newcastle for getting the win over the Canberra Raiders. And next week the Raiders play the Bulldogs in Magic Round, so they have to win there. If they lose the Bulldogs, they're so fucked. They're not making. Like if they lose the Bulldogs, they're not making the top 8 Canberra. They lose the Bulldogs next week in Magic Round. And Knights play the Tigers next week, and I think Knights, they can win that game, but we'll see how Tigers go today against the Titans, which is in a couple of minutes. But guys, that's the end of my Newcastle Knights versus Canberra Raiders round 9 review. What are your thoughts on the game? What are your thoughts on the game? And I hope you enjoyed the review. Make sure you do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you in another video.